Welcome to our podcast, Social Protection Under Attack. Social protection is the best insurance against inequalities, poverty and exclusion. It is not a privilege, but a human right. However, in 2024, half of the world's population, or 4.1 billion people, have no access to social protection at all. This has to change. Civil society organizations are joining forces at international, Asian and national level in the network Inspir on the right to social protection. Welcome to our podcast. I am Sarah and I will talk to my 4 distinguished guests who will shed a light on this network and on some recent developments in the field of social protection. My first guest is Bismo Sagnoto. Bismo, you work for WSM as the Inspir Asia coordinator. Can you tell me a bit more about this network, Inspir Asia, and its aims and strategies, and about WSM?
Namaste. Thank you, Sarah. So I work for WSM. WSM is an NGO based in Belgium. We have a partnership with trade unions, civil society organization, member-based organization, and network around the world. In Asia, we have partnership in 6 countries: India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Philippines, Indonesia, and Cambodia. In Nepal, our partners GFON, and then NTUC, and Inspir Nepal, led by SPCSN and ITUC NAC. And we are working on under the theme of decent work. And about a decade ago, all partners of WSM agreed to take initiative to create a network called Inspir, or International Network for Social Protection Right. And we are working on promoting the social protection in Asia. Thank you.
Thank you, Bismo. Inspir Asia gathered in Kathmandu this week. What was the meeting about, and who participated?
Yeah, so this week we are very glad that we organized a workshop in Kathmandu. 2 days ago, we have a workshop on global accelerators on jobs and social protection for just transition. It's a very important topic since UN launched the initiative to accelerate the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals. And Nepal is one of the pathfinders countries. Yesterday we also discussed about social security for digital platform workers, because next year the ILO, International Labour Organization, will discuss. There will be double discussion on the decent work for digital platform workers. And as you know, the digital platform have growing very fast, and millions of workers are working in the digital platform. And tomorrow we also discuss about democracy in our region. As you know, in Asia, many countries have general election, and we want to know what is the impact of that democracy, shrinking democratic space, with our engagement on social protection policy in the region.
Okay, thank you, Bismo. I'm going to my second guest for today, Laxman Kumar Sharma. Namaste, Brother Laxman, General Secretary of GFON. Brother Laxman, Nepal is one of the pathfinder countries of this UN program. What are the expectations of the trade unions in Nepal towards this program?
Namaste. Welcome to GFON. Being a pathfinder country of global accelerators, one of the accelerators, our concern goes to promote employments and working conditions, as well as making better just transitions. Main aims are on these things. And as all of us know that NPC, National Planning Commission, is leading this accelerator's role for Nepal. And in the 16th plan, they have mentioned like decent work, social protection, productivity, growing productivity and competitiveness. We see our future, better future in these titles, like decent jobs means our concern on wage, more jobs, better wage, better OSS system, as well as social protection as well. We are fighting for decades on this agenda, as well as when there is more productivity, then we hope to have a better future due to this growing productivity. And competitiveness, obviously we hope that to make more competitive our works and production, there will be space for skill up of the workers, trainings, and for this new changing spectrum of technology and things, we'll have more spaces of growing labor force in Nepal. We see our future being a pathfinder country, and we are happy to say that during the planning of this, during the phase of planning, we were together on these aims and objectives. So we are happy to be one of the part of the accelerator's role.
Okay, thank you. And do you think that this will bring really change in the lives of workers?
Yes. Sometimes these agenda were just labor movement's agenda, our agenda. But now government of Nepal has accepted our ideas and agenda, and it is more formal now as government is picking these things. And when government, we, labor movement, labor forces, as well as our employers associations are there, and all are agreed to promote decent jobs, social protection, competitiveness and productivity, then obviously there will be better for our space as well. Earlier we were alone to raise the voice on this agenda. Now we are all together, not only we, but to reach the ambition of SDG goals. All global forces are also in line on this agenda. So we are hopeful that it will be better for Nepali workers and citizens as well.
Jifond is also a member of Inspir Nepal. Can you maybe share also with us some of the achievements of this network?
Yes, when for some 2 decades ago, we were talking about social security, and there were no one to understand this idea of social security, and we were alone. And when WSM was in Kathmandu, and we started making the steps to inspire Nepal, the social protection agenda was made first common to other unions as well as civil organizations. And then our voice for social protection of workers was more amplified, heard by others, and our fight for social protection was heard by government entity as well. During the constitutional formulation process also, with the partnering with these type of pro-social protection union forces, it was more made easier to put our idea on our constitution as well. Later on, to formulate the labor law and contributory social security law, we were together. And now we are in implementation phase, although there are some laws to be reformed, but mainly we are in implementation phase, and we are again together with Inspir Nepal, and they are making all the social forces and trade unions to discuss in one platform. And so we are thankful as well as happy to be together with Inspir for this agenda, social security agenda. Beyond that, in the last years, we have discussions and creating ideas on youth agenda as well as just transition also with Inspir Nepal. So it's very good to be with WSM and Inspir Nepal for us.
Okay, thank you, Brother Lexman. Let's turn to our third guest of today, which is Rexon Silaban, advisor to the Trade Union Confederation KSBSI in Indonesia. Bismo already said something about the challenges in the platform economy. Yeah. Can you maybe elaborate a bit on the challenges specifically in Indonesia in relation to the platform economy?
Yes, it goes without saying that everybody now, or all the country, have dealing with the problem of platform work, and there are at least 20 regulation gap has made platform work not treated as the workers and they away from the labor protection. That's why in Indonesia now we are campaigning Indonesia should have new regulations, special regulation for platform work. They should be in the special regulation because platform worker is the unique job, is presidents. So and then with the special law that we can time to work in a certain time very easily to get the job in platform. Then platform will develop more and more in the years to come, and then I think trade unions should be care about this because so far unions still difficult to advocate them since platform categorized is not the workers, but they categorize them as the business partner or independent contractor. So now all the trade union with the WSM trying to campaign to help the country to regulating new law, special dealing with this platform.
And so you have mentioned several problems like working time, like lack of freedom of association and collective bargaining, safety as well. So specifically, what measures should be taken by the government of Indonesia, but also at the level of international labor organizations to improve the respect for the rights of the workers?
In the level of principle, they should treat them as the workers, and then workers should have same protection no matter what type of the job, what kind of the labor relation. So universally they should acknowledge their right, and then that's why since there is now lacking of the regulation, they are not acknowledge them as the labor. So our task is how to convince the government don't let them without protection, because it's going to make decent work deficit. If, for instance, in Indonesia right now there are only motor bikers, motor driver is 4.5 million. Only 200,000 registered in social security, and they have to pay their own social security. This is not fair. That's why it's disencouraging them to be registered in the social security. This will have to be corrected.
And what can be done to extend social protection schemes also to those workers? Are there specific measures that can be taken?
Yeah, of course. Since the uniqueness of their profession, because somebody only can be work 1 hour, 2 hours, and then next day stop. As flexibilities become the challenge. Need to the social security to adapt to the new form of the law. So like what the schemes, what the contribution scheme, and how the technology to adjust also, because they have no permanent income monthly. So maybe the deduction of this contribution, not like ordinary workers, traditional concept, is paid after every month, but maybe now it's time deduction of the contribution to social security is deduct every time they take it right. It's automatically deducted in the system of the algorithm platform.
Okay, thank you, Rexon. I'm turning to the last guest for today, which is Sister Saki Rezwana from BSPAN, Bangladesh Social Protection Advocacy Network. Sister Saki, your organization is advocating for the right to social protection in Bangladesh. Can you tell me first a bit more about the organization itself and who are the members of BSPAN?
Thank you very much, Sarah. So before I start, I would like to convey my greetings from the working class of Bangladesh to G4 members, and namaste to everyone. Well, BSPAN members are NGO, a non-governmental organization, right-based organization, and trade union organization. And within that, we have construction workers, street vendors, and then government workers. So we have 16 members in Bangladesh Social Protection Advocacy Network.
Okay, thank you, Sister. A lot has changed lately in Bangladesh. Can you maybe tell us a bit more about the situation with the recent student and mass movement? Can you enlighten us a bit?
Yes, we have our general election in last January. It was the people's mandate was not there, unfortunately. So slowly unrest started, and the student protest was, against the quota system of civil service position. So earlier it was like that 30% quota is reserved for the children of the freedom fighters. In 1971 we have the independence. So those who have participated in the freedom fighting, so the quota was for their children and also the grandchildren, which was, the main reason for the student to come on the street for the protest, because their view is, okay, the children are okay, they get the seat, but why the grandchildren? So it somehow it was blocking the merit of the students, So that was the main protest. So in June it started, students came down on the street. It was earlier, at the beginning it was a peaceful protest, but when the law enforcing authority, they came and they tried to stop them, so it became, they became violent, and the protest has, they created the sentiment of public. So general public also they supported, they came in the road. So, and the climax was on 5th of August, all of you know. And then now new interim government has taken over, under the supervision of Dr. Yunus. He is the head of caretaker government. And the two of the students who initiated the protest, they got the chance in the cabinet of new interim government. So one has taken the charge in the labor department and another one in ICT. So it was quite interesting that they are fighting for the quota. Now they took the chair in the government office. So it's a newborn baby now, just 1 month and 15 days. So we are, let's see, because we don't know the roadmap of the new interim government.
Yes, and are you now in general hopeful for that change will be easier for the benefit of the workers and the people of Bangladesh?
See, it's now it's interim government. Earlier we have the opportunity of, there was a tripartite discussion, and the trade union member have the chance to participate. Since this is newly formed, but there is a ray of hope I could see. Probably it will take time, but in case of social protections, hopefully they will revive the things, because we have the social protection scheme earlier, but that was not covered for everyone. So from BSPN, we demanded to include trade union and BSPN members on the governing body. So, but because of this, protest and all this unrest, now it's on the table. So let's see. We are just waiting for the sunshine.
Okay, and with the sunshine, I think we can close this interview. I would like to thank my four distinguished guests for these interviews. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank GFOND as well for giving us this opportunity
Can you make
to
one
make.
like the long live Jindabad? Crossing. 1, 2, 3.
Jindabad.